Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reacting to Can Tech Transform My Body in 1 Month? I heard this is about, I think he's in the charity match, and I heard this is kind of about it, and yeah, I was recommended to watch it, so.
Last week, I got the greatest message ever. Do you want to play in the Sidemen charity football match? My favourite sport to play in the largest stadium in the country, with the biggest online audience of any charity sports event ever.
I used to watch him a lot before, that's why I was...
and millions raised for great causes. Oh my god, yes. The only issue is
I feel like his channel is so big, it's going to bring so much more attention to it.
Like this. This is my current body. No alterations, no clenching. And this is about how good I am at football. But you know the motto? Say yes, then learn how to do it later. I would love to play. Right, now I just need to completely transform my weight, my health, and my football skills before April 18th, the day of the match. So because we're trying to make such a massive change in not a massive amount of time, we need to address every single key health metric all at once.
Yeah.
The first being, I'm overweight. I just got a full body DEXA scan done.
I did lose a lot of weight. I lost 70 pounds, but I still need to lose more. It's just been kind of hard going back. But I'll get to it. I'll definitely will.
Crazy, because it shows you in crystal clear detail how much of you is lean muscle in red and then how much is fat. And I'm not in love with the report that came with that, because it confirms the obvious that I do have slightly too much fat. It's saying over here that I'm 64th out of an average 100 people, but it's also made me realize that I have way too much visceral fat, the hidden fat around your organs, which is particularly nasty. I'm 79th out of 100.
Yeah, it's so unhealthy.
The good news, though, is losing extra weight is pretty much as simple as this equation. Calories taken in through food and drink. So for me right now, this is 2,500 a day, minus the calories I burn. So that's both what my body burns naturally,
that feels like
by being alive, 1,800, and any extra that I'm able to shed
I think mine, it was like 2,300. Well, he's taller than me.
Moving around and exercising a meager 400 right now. So that leaves us with a 300 calorie surplus. I'm eating more than I'm using, so my body is storing that excess mostly as fat. So how can I actually change this in a way that isn't just spend half my life in the gym? I think I've realized I've made it an involuntary habit to consistently clench to try and hide the belly. So to up the number of calories burned, my desk chair is gone. It's replaced by two things. This wellness ball that I bought from Technogym, which is pretty great for me because I'm a born fiddler. And this lets me fiddle, but in a way that's keeping my body moving and my core active.
It's not gonna hurt.
The best under-desk elliptical that I've ever used, the QB Go, which I love because it basically feels like a
it's not gonna do a whole lot, but
footrest, but one that I naturally end up pedaling anyway without even thinking about it. Now I gotta stress, this kind of stuff is far from a full solution to my problem. Even if I use both of these for a few hours every day, it's only going to burn an extra roughly 200 calories. So none of this is better than going to the gym.
Generous.
But the goal of this is just to burn enough calories while I work so that by the time I finish work, the amount that I need to tackle in the gym is actually achievable. Essentially, the plan is to burn an additional 400 calories from focused exercise per day compared to what I used to. And that extra will be a combination of football practice, which...
Yeah, if you can try and burn as much calories during the day as you can, then he doesn't have to work as hard during gym to make up for that difference.
As you've seen, I'm going to need plenty of some strength training in between to make sure I don't waste away. But the most important tool in my entire arsenal is the incline walk. Walking and
I do incline walks. If you really want to go for it, just do the stairs.
On a treadmill, honestly feels like a hack. It burns calories shockingly fast, while being low intensity enough that you can also just do something while it's happening, like play a game on your phone or watch a bit of TV, and it's actually relaxing. And you need that. You have to build in some things that you look forward to. And then finally, but most importantly, I also got to reduce how many calories I take in from 2,500 to 2,100, leaving us with a total calorie deficit of 700 every day. I want to do this so badly, because if I can keep this up, my entire body composition will completely change by the time it comes to my follow-up DEXA appointment, which I'll have
he doesn't have to lose that much fat. He was like barely, it was like a 0.34.
Keep you updated on Instagram in the meantime with progress. And then to keep track of everything, I'm using the creatively named Calorie Counter app. I just love the fact that it lays out that exact equation I've been talking about, factoring in how many calories you're consuming, what your body burns by itself, and then what you're burning with exercise and movement, leaving you with the bottom figure, which is exactly how much of a deficit you're in. And that the app updates the calories burned as you're doing things using the tracking on the Apple Watch. I would say Apple slightly overestimates, but you can just factor that in.
Time for sleep.
Not like that, it's like 11 a.m. I feel like the most incredible, but also terrifying part of this health journey is that every single section of health that I'm trying to tackle, they're all linked, which means if I can get them all right, they will compound each other for an even better result.
I guess,
but
it's
if one starts to go wrong,
sleep is important. It's
Last
not
year
that
was the first time that I started
crazy,
consistently snoring in my sleep. Pretty bad.
It is important.
Weight gain is one of the most common
wouldn't say
explanations
it's,
for that. It makes my sleep less restful.
something
it
you
wakes
gotta
Trisha
spend
up,
thousands
who
of dollars
then
on.
wakes me up, all leading to an average sleep score last month of 76 out of 100, which is not good,
This
especially
is so,
considering
like,
that a lot of these
such,
apps
like,
inflate that
such a
figure to
posh
just make you feel better. So
thing.
here's the game plan to get that number up. First, 3 gadgets. And to
They're
be honest,
tracking
each
their
one of
sleep.
these is a bit of a wild card.
how much
First is
money
the
they got.
Woodger mat, which you place onto your bed, and it's meant to use vibration in a way that stimulates circulation and relaxation. They say
that?
this is absolutely transformational to how restful your sleep is.
Yeah.
We'll see about that. The Elamind headband, which is the
Nah.
first to be clinically shown to fix the other side of the sleep equation, helping people
What?
fall asleep faster using precise acoustic stimulation. People are raving
Straight
about this thing
robbing
online.
people
The only
here,
thing I
bro.
can say right now is just, it's very squishy. I can see it being very comfy in bed. And then the final one is a gadget that sounds really counterintuitive, but this is actually the thing that I am most intrigued by. So I found these glasses online by a company called Luminet, and they blast you with light, like the literal opposite of sunglasses. Ooh. It's surprisingly
how's this
out of
helping?
your way. Like, I very much feel like I can carry on doing what I'm doing while it's on. It's actually a pretty well-established thing that one way to fix your
yeah, I
sleep
know what you
cycle
mean,
is to
yeah.
focus
It's just to
on
get you more
exposing
tired
yourself to
before.
lots of light early in the morning. That way your body fully wakes up at the start of the day, so that
Kinda.
when you're starting to wind down and getting ready to sleep, it's completely tired. Now, most people, myself included, don't do this. We spend the first few hours of our day in fairly dim indoor conditions, which means we don't hit our peak level of alertness till later, and therefore we don't tire till later. So the whole idea of these glasses is really just to bring forward these timings, so that when it comes to bedtime, you are less alert
just more
and
tired.
more ready for sleep. So that's the tech. But one thing I recommend, it's just a drop test. It's just a drop test. So one thing, if you're not getting completely optimal sleep, I would recommend you do is just see a doctor. I found one who's a specialist in everything I suffer with. He stuck his big, long camera up my nose and immediately found inflammation because I have like 17 allergies. So he's given me a spray to take that down. And then also from a blood test, he found that I have a pretty significant iron deficiency, which he's saying is the most likely cause for all the restlessness that I get. It's just really good
Makes
to
sense.
fix these fundamentals before you start worrying about your fancy Tron
I don't know about before, but during.
monobrow glasses.
Oh, yeah, no, before, yeah.
Monobrow?
Yeah, those things are so extra.
I got a wedge pillow. My dad, who's almost definitely at this point where I inherit my snoring genes from, he swears by this. He carries one of these everywhere he goes because it lifts the entire upper half of your body,
Well, if he carries it everywhere and he's snoring everywhere, then it's clearly not working.
which reduces the pressure on your airways. So it's likely to be a good short-term fix to stop the snoring until I've lost the weight. And then the last thing, which is by far the least fun, I need to stop snacking late from the cupboard of doom that we have in our cinema room. I can have the snack. It's just better to have the snack during the day and then just cold turkey quit eating at 7 p.m. Because anything after that will mean my body is actively digesting while I sleep instead of maximizing restfulness. So let's see how close to 100 out of 100 I can get on my sleep score if I stick to all this. So that's the weight, that's the sleep under control. But I do also need to get fit. In my
Yeah,
entire
this
life,
is-
I have
this
never
is
been
where
able
we
to
go.
sprint more than about 30 seconds. I am out of breath walking up the stairs.
Same.
So to say that I am not prepared for Wembley Stadium would be about the understatement of the century. Now, the best way to measure fitness is something called a VO2 max test, which essentially quantifies how much oxygen that your body can use while exercising. That might sound niche. It's not. VO2 max is actually pretty widely considered to be one of the best indicators for how long you're going to live. So you can imagine I wasn't ecstatic to find myself firmly
It's not
in
going to
the
be like
fair
exactly
category,
accurate, obviously.
just
though.
above poor. There's 2 things that can specifically help to address this, though. One is interval training, so bursts of sprinting with quick breaks in between.
Yeah.
I say as I've just taken a seat. It's not just a way to get more calories, because interval training, it trains your heart to actually get more oxygen to your muscles, and it trains your muscles to be able to use that oxygen better. Now, I'm also not made of time, so I think the best way for me to get these sprints in is just the last 8 minutes of my nice, easy, fun incline walks. The second thing, though, is this guy, the AeroFit Elite. This is something you keep around your mouth, and
It's
basically
gotta be more
makes it harder
explosive, though.
to breathe. It forces you to be able to work with less,
Explosive
so
power.
that when you have a normal amount,
Oh, yeah.
you feel like a superhuman. And it's a clever little thing. You can see it measuring
Yeah, I've
the
heard
air
about these.
going in and out of your lungs in real time, and then using it to track your progress. So, just like the DEXA scan, I'm going to retest my VO2 at the end of this transformation, and I pray to God that it's better than fair. But it's the lifestyle changes that I think will add rocket fuel to this journey. Stuff like this, the Spottle. I have searched for years for the perfect water bottle, and I think I found it. It's a glass bottle, which makes it feel cleaner than plastic, but then with silicone on the outside, so it doesn't thud when you put it down. To drink, you can either sip with the straw or chug with the nozzle. And, in case you hadn't noticed, the thing is 2 liters, with the measurements actually marked out on it. So it gives me a sort of real-life progress bar. If I can top this up each morning and just have it finished by the time I sleep, alongside the water that I'll naturally end up having in other things, I know that I've had all the water I need to have to keep my body performing optimally. And it should also help keep me a little fuller.
Yeah, water's
I
so
eat
important, by
less.
the way.
Just realised I am
Like, so
killing it
important.
today. Every few days I've
I don't
also been
drink
treating
almost
myself
any
by
water,
emptying
though.
one of these electrolyte sachets in there.
Also, these things hate them. I'd rather just drink regular water.
These ones from Element are the best that I've found. They make the
Tastes
taste
so bad.
much less boring, and they're quite clean. The only sweetener is a bit of stevia.
They make
the
those-
hardest
those-
thing, though,
those
that I'm going
things
to need to address
so
is
bad.
stress. Stress
So
is
bad.
such a significant factor in health that if I don't get it under control, it could single-handedly just kill this entire run. Stress leads to bad sleep, whether you have a wedge pillow or not. Stress triggers the fight or flight response, which makes you crave energy-dense, unhealthy things like candy. And it can stop you losing weight or gaining muscle, even if you're eating everything right, because it's reallocating your body's resources towards short-term survival. And that's scary because I get stressed a lot. I'm someone who really likes things to go to plan, and
Yeah,
filming
same.
YouTube
I'm like one of those people that, like, I got a plan. I wanted to go to plan, and if it doesn't, I get mad.
videos is a complex,
healthy.
messy process that, let's just say, very rarely does.
Are you all right? Yeah.
So there's 3 things I'm going to try. A is just a complete rework of my calendar. Just giving myself more time to get the same things done so that I'm not constantly rushing to finish the next thing fast and getting worked up when that doesn't happen. B is kind of the flip side of this, gratitudes. I'll give 3 things that I'm grateful for to Drisha, my wife. She'll give 3 things to me. And this is something that currently we're only doing when we get particularly stressed. And it really helps because it refocuses your brain on all the amazing things
That's
that
cute.
no doubt
That's
are happening
cute.
in your life. But I'm curious to
That's
see how much
cute.
difference this will make if we just do it every day. And then finally, for stress, of course, it's me. There's a gadget for that. I've only just started using this TheraFace mask, but I think
Whoa,
I'm going
what
to
is
absolutely
that?
love it.
Whoa!
Because you just stick it on your face and
That
turn it
looks
on,
horrible.
and it treats you with red light, which is
Feels like it's gonna
de-aging,
kill you.
blue light, which is good for skin clarity, and then while that's happening, it does a light massage. And that combination of feeling good because of the massage, while also feeling like you're doing good for yourself with all the lights, all in this really comfy package that's USB-C rechargeable and keeps your eyes out of it so you can carry on watching TV, is, I think, a potential game changer for the evening wind-down routine. The only thing left to do then is to gain some ball knowledge. Here are my current stats. I have never in my life watched a football game from start to finish, and out of 30 shots at goal,
Fair.
I managed to score 18.
Same.
If that sounds impressive, bear in mind there was no goalkeeper. I was only 8
He's
meters
so
away,
bad,
and I
though.
nearly decked myself in the process. So I booked
Whoa.
a coach. 3 times a week I'm going to train football.
I
which
think I
should
saw a
also
clip
help
where
little with the
he said Simon was saying that he told him that he was like he played football regularly.
fitness equation. And then I should also start watching
I
some
think.
games for strategy. But thankfully, that fits very neatly into my time incline walking on the treadmill. So, I'm filming this video on January 18th, 3 months before the match, which is on April 18th, which means by the time you're seeing this video, I am well into the transformation and I have basically 1 month to go.
That's crazy.
I'm scared.
I want
I'm
to.
very
I want to
scared.
see
I've never
it.
done
I really
anything
want
like
to see
this,
it.
But what an opportunity.
If he
Let's get to
follows
work.
through with this plan, it'd be amazing. Alright, thank y'all for watching. This video was amazing. Subscribe to Mr. Who's the Boss and check them out. Let me like this video. See y'all, bye.